Good afternoon, SpeedGaming fans, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Chaos Comedy Tour Spring Tournament. My name is Lord Busy. Joining with me in the booth is Danny. How's it going, Danny?
It's going pretty well. I'm really excited for this race. I'm not gonna lie. Climinteedus, one of our newer players, got tossed in a pod with a lot of our veteran runners who are real good, and he's been keeping up with you guys. He's been doing really well, so I'm excited for this race. I want to see how Climinteedus versus GanonsGoneWild plays out.
Now, I already have a history with Climinteedus in that he pushed me over, and now I have to do the play-in race, and I'm not bitter. No one at all is bitter. And GanonsGoneWild is someone else that I had to do in my pod, where I was absolutely terrified and played like a crazy person, and somehow won. So, I'm excited for this. I'm going to be secretly rooting for Climinteedus. Let's talk draft. So
Fair,
both of our runners,
underdog.
both of our runners elected to do a draft. Climinteedus was Climinteedus first or second?
Climinteedus went second. Ganons went
Okay,
first.
so Ganons opened with a red mage. Climinteedus fired back with black belt black mage, and Ganons rounded it out with a white mage. So here we have our black belt or black belt rainbow, and our blursings today. We've got the black belt has plus 20 agility, the red mage has plus 40 agility, the white mage has plus vitality, and the black belt has plus 5 luck. So it's going to be almost as good at running as a thief. Maybe a little better at first.
Maybe, I don't know. I leave all those number of things up to you smarter people to explain. Because I just see pluses and like, that's better. That makes it better. So we're good. That's what we're doing. I don't pretend to know those things. But
so
see, the runners, it's been about 10 minutes since the gate drop because we are on a 10-minute delay. So they should be starting any second now. Hey, look,
and
I was right.
Check out armor, nothing to write home about. White magic, we've got life heal 3. Black magic, we got ice 3 and quad X. Alright.
That's pretty good starting magic. I'm not mad at any of that. And the fact that like that red mage can get heal 3 now. If you class change, gets life. We brought a white mage, so even if you don't class change, you still got life. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty really good.
Item shop, we got expensive cabins.
Which means we're going to be looking for really cheap tents, or at least hoping for them in a town near us soon.
A very early encounter on the, like off the power cycle. I wonder if that means we're going to see the fabled desert grind out of either of our runners.
It does make for a really good one, especially with this party. Okay, so...
Ganon's reset out of a mad pony fight. I wonder... I didn't see if they did anything.
It killed the black mage, and I don't know if it just hit like a truck or... Oh, okay, it rubbed that black mage, so... Okay, well now we know what happened.
Okay. Scripts on mad ponies are pretty good, because we don't see them very often. Climinteedus runs over Garland first, and we get ourselves a chime and the floater. Oh, man. All right.
Okay, so far this seed, I wouldn't be mad at anything in this seed yet.
So Jet Seed ahoy.
Yeah, Climinteedus didn't open any of the boxes. Ganons did. Found a great axe that was minus something, so not so great. And can't use it. He found a flame shield, which he can't use, and a little bit of money. So basically, he just found a tiny bit of cash and some stuff to sell for cash.
Yep, the great axe and the flame shield are going to look really good in the vendor shop for a bag of money. Because we got 3 mages to pay for the magic for.
And really expensive cabins we're going to have to buy to go get our floater if we don't find tins in Provoca. Hey, there we go. We're or selling things to invest in the real estate market.
So Climinteedus is learning all about how terrible Mad Ponies are. Gonna get the lucky Ice 3 off. Doesn't kill 2 of them? Oh my god. Oh. Mad Ponies are a bit of a disaster right now.
Yes, they are.
First spell, Rub. First skill, Squint. And the second spell, Fire, while ordinarily not deadly, is enough to take out a level 2 party.
I mean, those are pretty awful. It's not the first time we've seen Mad Ponies be kind of a disaster this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But at least this time, I'm not to blame for them. I've already got a couple runners who still probably aren't that happy with me that I rolled Mad Ponies that cast Zap and then Nuke. And were a tile you had to get past to get out of ordeals, but it's fine.
It's fine. Climinteedus is first at bat to the Nightmare, or to the Pirates. Nightmares, oh my god. GanonsGoneWild sees Mad Ponies and says, we're gonna do just an Ice 3 and some running, but he gets away first. Oh, they also had Sleep Touch. Oh my god. Yeah, alright. Bicky hands over the rod.
Literal Mad Ponies that are just taking it out on everybody.
Hey, cheap cube.
Very cheap cube.
Climinteedus considering options. We're just gonna price check that real quick. Taking some cabins, that tells me we're gonna come back for this cube. Knowing that we have the floater, I like the idea of just not stressing over the cube right now. Because like we got Ice 3, we can take river fights, and then by the time we get to our floater, we'll have cube cash. It stinks to double dip Provoca, but it's the best alternative, I think.
Bane and Warp and Black Magic and Tomb, both pretty cheap. White Magic, Cure 3, that's pretty alright, but nothing else there. Just meh. That's a very bleh White Magic. So, okay, so we went back for Warp now. We know there's nothing in White Magic we really want.
Chain Armor +2 for the Red Mage.
That's really good. And that cube was a little over 4,000 gold, so he was about 2,000 shy. So, yeah, investing in those really expensive cabins was smart because you do not want to like hit the river system without like save items. Because the last thing you want is to get almost all the way there and then something here disastrous just wipe you all the way back to Provoca.
Ooh, no, you want to take... Yep, there we go. We want to take these fights. Oh, we don't want to take this fight, though. Karib's with poison damage. Maybe we could not do that. Oh. We're gonna have to come up with a non-river-based plan for getting this cube money.
Uh-huh. I mean, there are plenty of other places we're gonna dive here. I'm sure. I mean, you can't. The cube is basically useless until you have the chime. Oh, well, we have the chime, so never mind. I'm gonna shut up. So that cube is not useless, but as soon as you get it, like, there's other places here we're probably gonna dive for items anyway. So I'm sure between fights and money you find in boxes, we'll probably have cube money before too long.
So Ganon back in the lead, and something I feel like I want to point out: Ganon's rocking a 2-man party right now.
Yes, he sure is.
And just like that, Climinteedus is back in front. This is neck and neck 6 minutes in is pretty nice to see. I'm kind of liking it.
I just noticed that chain armor +2 is also just like 15 gold. I think that might be the cheapest chain armor I have seen in a very long time. The fact that it rolled plus just makes it even better.
Old men give us the Onyx, which is our
Ruby
thing. Yeah, it's our Ruby fun percent flag where we've renamed the Ruby. You know, because maybe the Titan wants to snack on something other than rubies. Maybe some Onyx. Maybe some gravel. I don't know.
And we totally don't get confused by that at all.
Nope.
And in case we do, one runner doesn't use it, and we've got a Ruby. Which, if we were on a boat, would be kind of nice, because it gives you access to Sarda. We're in an airship, so that Ruby will count towards experience, but it isn't going to get his progression or help us in any other way.
So Climinteedus first in the air at the 7-minute mark. Headed straight for Sarda. Gets a crown. Now, one fun thing to note. with this instant airship, we know now that Marsh and Ice have a combination of the ship and the canal, so we don't even have to do them. Ooh, Climinteedus goes straight into Earth Cave. We're on a tile hunt. I like it.
Okay, the one thing, and see, all my practices, that's what I thought too. You have Ice, you have Marsh, both are incentivized. We don't have the boat, we don't have canal, means you don't have to do them. But someone pointed out something one day, and I went, oh, I'm glad this never came back to bite me in the rear. Was one of those places could be like the key, and the key could lead to one of those things, so we might need one of those locations after all.
I'd rather do everywhere else first.
Well, so would I. I'm not saying that I'm going to either place.
Yeah.
But likely not needed, but possibly needed.
So Climinteedus taking an early grind on Chimeras. This is spicy and dangerous. Chimeras tend to have a lot of attack power and a lot of health, but Ice 3 is like the one reliable thing that blows them up. Meanwhile, Ganon's checking out the tiles in Volcano, finds Nachos. If we had a higher level black belt, we could maybe make that work, but the danger of 2-man is getting it off the ground, and that's not a fight we can get off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Paralisks with Glance. Volcano seems like a bad place.
Yes, it is. So far, not really helping him out much at all.
Climinteedus is hanging on with this party grind on Chimeras.
Okay, I was gonna say, I think we have at least a warp charge.
Yep.
So that's smart.
We're gonna cut our losses.
Okay, the Ganons, though, did get at least a good chunk of money out of Volcano. Has his cube. And now, like, basically any of the spending money he's going to need early game on magic and things he doesn't currently have.
Oh no, are we taking a 2-man to a Chimera fight? Oh boy, buckle up.
Kind of looks like it, but they were falling pretty easily to that Ice 3. So this, I mean, good turn order, it might not be horrible.
I saw
Okay,
Stun
so
Touch.
that went bad.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Okay, so we're gonna find out what the crown is real quick.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna find out what it is. Okay, nope. See, Ganon's doing exactly what Clement did. Got his crown and then went to check Earth.
So we missed a dialogue box on the first go-around, but we're gonna blow up Astos real quick with some Ice 3. What do we got? We got the herb. Yeah, alright.
And we haven't been to Elfland to check magic yet, so this actually works out pretty well for routing.
Yeah. If we could just do... And I suspect that Climinteedus is probably going to pick some of those party members up off the ground. This is good routing.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Ganons gets Dragon +1. That's going to be a pretty penny at the shop. That'll fund some magic spells.
Yep. And Cake and Lock and Black. Invis 2 that White Mage can learn at 3, but level 3 magic, it's fine.
Level 4 white we got. Nope.
Uh-huh.
Level 4 black we got. Fire 3.
Oh, fire.
Yeah. We'll take
That's
it.
okay. Yeah. Though I am curious with that. Ooh, houses are pretty cheap. Still don't think we've seen... Okay, so... Okay, what's... Okay, well, I was real excited about that Red Mage learnable Fade at 5, and then we see Nukes, so...
Yeah.
That made that Fade... That White Mage might learn it if it comes back to life, but that Red Mage ain't getting it.
A fun secondary fact is that Fast was in a spot that's promotion locked for a Red Mage.
So it's class change or bring that Black Mage back because you're not getting Fast either way.
Yeah. Or we just take the black belt to 42 and roll the dice. I can see either being a solution.
Yeah. And funny enough, both of our runners have are down to 2-man strats here. I'm both rocking that black belt red mage.
Chat pointing out that Climinteedus did not turn in the herb.
Whoa.
Picking up the cube first, and Ganons picks up the key. So now we totally don't have to do Ice or Marsh.
Nope. They are completely off the table. Okay, maybe Ganons is realizing he didn't turn that in because looks like we're headed to Elfland. Okay.
Yep.
We remembered. We got there. Thank goodness.
Yep.
It always feels really bad, like if you're somewhere and you forget to do the turn in, and like later you remember, and you instantly feel like you're like 20 minutes behind.
Yep.
There's no making that feel better.
But 13 minutes in, and this is a dead heat. This really is. There's no more than 30 seconds, I think, between our runners.
Oh.
Hey, first box crystal.
An ice +5 sword will be good to put on that red mage. They can cast things in, swing at things.
I think I would be... I'm not sure how many boxes I would open if I was having this 2-man party. Ribbons are going to be of limited utility, I think. Ganon's going to give us our first look at the Northwest Castle tiles.
Nothing in the boxes.
Climinteedus, are you going back for those chimeras? Oh no.
Looks like it.
Oh boy. So first tile at Northwest is a dud.
Which we may eventually get out of. Alright, now we're going.
And second tile's a dud.
Yep.
I believe we're on A-side tiles, so the quote-unquote winners are going to be few and far between.
Yeah. I like this check here for tiles here. And I'll be the first to admit that I almost always forget to check tiles here if I'm looking for a grind, which is almost never, but it's one of those things where I just completely memory hold that this is a place with tiles I can check. And so far...
Sorry, chat correcting me that 4 Chimeras is B-side?
Oh. Okay, well, we're definitely not doing the tile in Temple of Fiends. Okay, so far we have yet to find a tile we like. And that's why we go to the desert.
Okay, so Ganon's finds definitely very high on the list of good enough things to do. Steak and Wings seems great. Climinteedus is in Marsh. I'm not sure what we're gonna find here, but it's gonna be a canal or a boat.
Yep.
Or a fetch leading to either. No. Yeah. It could be like TNT or Adamant.
Yeah.
Oh, is that T-Rex off the power cycle?
Oh, no.
It is, but it's big.
Yes, it is.
And it's got balance.
Yep. Climinteedus, nearby place in the world, checking different things. Not really for anything he likes, but he's heading towards it and brought the Black Mage back.
I like bringing back the Black Mage until we get to such a level as that Black Belt is kind of like self-sustaining. And a Black Belt really has trouble being in motion under like level 15.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem we're seeing on Ganon's side right now is that like we've found our grind. We found the grind we want. We just can't do anything with it because our Black Belt can't do anything.
Yeah,
like,
and he doesn't have
25 ain't gonna do anything.
Yeah, and if they're hitting harder than you are and you don't have the levers to survive, hello, did he just quad X that? I think he did.
Sure. Sandwiches are very quad Xable generally. And it looks like yeah.
It's there, but it's a few turns into the air. Because it's what, the third encounter?
The third encounter off the power cycle is quad-Xable sandwiches. And I think... Are we happy with our levels, or are we bailing? I think, yeah, no, we're gonna...
It looks like
Gans is gonna go for greener pastures inside of ordeals.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. That 3 off the power cycle for a single sandwich. Oof.
Like, sure, I mean, he got him a couple of quick levels, which is kind of nice, but that is a very time-consuming grind.
Yeah.
For not a whole lot of experience.
Climinteedus already through the pillar maze as Ganon's having trouble with Asaria. Can't quite quad exit, but with the light slap, able to quad exit.
Okay, so we're not staying on this tile for levels. I don't know why, but I see like imps and gurms on a tile, and they just look like a little group of clowns to me. They always have, and it just makes it funny.
So, both runners inside ordeals at the same time with the same progression. 3-man party versus 2-man party, I think, at this point, although maybe one of those Climinteedus party members might go down once that black belt gets high enough.
Because he was trying the 2-man and just wasn't getting through things, wasn't getting levels, and that's when he brought that black mage back. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if it no longer ceased to be once we kind of got this black mage or black belt red mage off the ground.
Yeah.
Adamant with an Aegis shield right beside it. I swear this game knows every time you take a black belt, it throws all the good fighter gear at you.
Ooh, okay. So this is the kind of fight that we want to get Fire 3s out of the door before the vampires all get turrets. And that didn't happen too much on Climinteedus' side. And it looks like they've got enough health that... Alright, we're about to get a lot of levels on this red mage. Ooh. Chip damage doesn't quite get there. Oh, we've got size 3. Oh. Okay. Climinteedus is out.
Oh, hello levels. That became an instantly much bigger red mage. It sucks none of those levels were spread amongst the party, but at least he's not redoing ordeals.
Yeah, that's true.
And bright side, he just got a lot more charges of magic on that red mage. So we still have the crystal turn in to do, because Climinteedus had it, but I did not see him turn it in. Now we have that and the adamant to turn in, because we are only 2 items short of go mode. We still need our loot, we still need our Oxio.
Right.
If this happens to turn into both of those, and we had floater at the 30-second mark, this is gonna be the fastest seed ever.
That's the dream, isn't it? We don't have to do marsh, we don't have to do ice, and if sea and sky end up being optional, oh man.
I mean, it'd put a big old smile on my face. Alright, so
slab's awkward.
It's not a turn-in that's fun to make, but it still keeps the dream alive. Alright, so headed to the party member store, reinflate the couple that got busted by vampires. Patch them up. There we go. He just sees the cabins, it's they're so expensive. Nope.
Alright, can Ganons get away from this fight? Oh no! The Whiz-Vamp had stone poison this whole time.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, that was a very lucky red mage on Clem's side.
So, back into the meat grinder for GanonsGoneWild, as Climinteedus is gonna do the fetch everyone loves the most. Hey everyone, it's slab time. Okay, learning fast on that black mage makes me think that we're just gonna do 3-man party for the rest of the game. Which is pretty good.
Okay, a whole lot of nothing in that armor store though. So, okay, so we've translated our slab. We can now go talk to the people in Lefane and know what they're saying. Get something from them, which I swear, 90% of the time, that whatever you turn in Gaia and Lefane is either the white shirt or the bonk.
I mean, you're not wrong. I've seen it. The one that I see that it keeps turning into is Rod, which makes it annoying. Because it's like, yes, I need it. No, I don't want it right now.
No, tints. There we go. Come on, go buy tints. Lots of tints. There we go. He's like, no, wait, I know I saw that. You can buy 10 tints for the price of a cabin. That seems like a pretty good deal.
I'd take it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we had the adamant, and he didn't turn it in. But we're turning in the slab.
Okay, GanonsGoneWild, get out of this fight now. We're gonna run, we're gonna fire 3. Wizvamp punches, that's good news. And he's out. So 24 minutes in, Climinteedus with the definite exploration lead, but Ganons knows where all the grind tiles are. So at this point, I feel like I still have to give minor edge to Ganons, but it'll depend on what Climinteedus does after this. It's white shirt.
Yep.
Thanks, commentator curse.
I'm sorry. Watch that be like clutch later, like that gets us through chaos, and then they're going to thank me. Probably not. They're gonna have like a 42 black belt that's gonna punch it in the face, and it's gonna follow before they can even cast one. But whatever. Yep. What are people thinking?
Ooh, I think that grind that we found earlier might not be the promised land because that Tyro had toxic.
Ooh. Well, we certainly aren't doing it without a pro ring.
Yeah.
Okay, those gold bracelets aren't super great, and they are not cheap either. But it's better than nothing, so there we go. We got a gold bracelet on our... Oh. Did we get 2 of them? I think we had 2 of them. Are both those mages rocking gold bracelets?
I know the black mages. I thought the red mage still had chain armor.
Okay, maybe, because I know I saw him put one on that black mage. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Okay.
So Ordeal
turned
out to be optional with this party too.
Sure. Well, see, with 2-man, if that after the grind, we're probably still going to want to turn that tail in because we're going to want life on that red mage probably.
Mm-hmm. That's why. As soon as you started to say something like "lay her out," I was like, "Yep." We've got life at 4 at 1. Just class change once you get that black belt to level, it makes it okay to do so.
Sure. I mean, I'm not afraid of class changing a black belt early because, you know, MDef is whatever. But like, at the same time, if I don't have to, like, I'm fine waiting. And Ganons is just finding everything that we did not like to see in this area. Like, now suddenly there's cremate on the lobsters, now we're taking a solo red mage to the chimeras.
Chad asking his dog, that's my dog Fiddle. He says hi, sorry about that.
Is Ganons going to chimeras? Interesting. This looks like the grind we're focusing on. Alright, 2-man grind on chimeras it is. Unfortunately, they've got stun touch and chimera power.
Okay, I think maybe now it's safe to unmute. Also for chat, who are asking why the dog is not on stream and or asking for the dog to be on a cam, I'll post pics in Discord later.
Mage staff is nice. Katana +5 makes the lack of fighter
Oh
real
my
sad.
I'm telling you, every time you bring a black belt, this game just throws. It just throws everything your fighter could possibly want at you, I swear.
Yeah. Yeah, the randomizer is self-aware, and it knows when a draft is happening.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, because Dragon Armor rolled up, Aegis Shield rolled up.
And Katana +5 that your fighter can wield.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything about this right now would have me just going, I wish I had, like, 2 fighters. Just one to swing one at, like, each one. Continuing with our route divergence, we have Ganon's going to Waterfall. Climinteedus got his TNT and has decided, no, we're here, we're finishing this.
I like Climinteedus finishing out Sky, because like you said, we're here. Ganon's going to Waterfall is a bit of a big brain gamble, because if that Waterfall holds Oxiel, everything will be great. And if it doesn't, it's going to feel real bad.
Yeah, like double dipping anywhere doesn't feel super great. Double dipping here feels a little extra worse because of where you have to park, like the parking lot is down the street. So like you have to like park and then walk all the way to where you're going. It's not great.
Also, we got to get past all these jerk burbs. Shoutouts to chat for pointing out that birds are not real. Wow, this is the second Karibe tile we've seen, which is not good because that poison damage though.
Uh-huh. Okay, at least we got through it.
We got enough heal pots, we're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, the big brain gamble pays out. Waterfall with Oxiel.
That feel when you do that, when you go to like Waterfall without the Oxiel and you get it in Waterfall, it feels so good.
Uh-huh.
That puts a big old smile on your face because you know you don't have to come back here. And you got Warp, so you can just bounce out and save. Like you don't have to walk it out. Like everything about what just happened feels real good.
Mm-hmm. So, I gotta ask something. We're in Sky, right? Our black belt's not a punchy person.
No, he is not yet.
How are we killing Tia?
How many charges of Nuke at 5 do we have?
Not
I mean, because we got
many.
So apparently he found the Bane Sword.
No, Clim found the Bane Sword. Ganon's found the Bane Sword.
Ah.
I thought.
Well, no, they're saying Clint found it. Chad is. If he's got it.
Oh,
okay,
I was watching the wrong screen. Okay,
so,
alright.
Black belt with the Bane Sword and everybody else casts Nuke.
Sure.
And hope it works.
I guess.
Because there's an ice plus 5 sword on that red mage and we got fast, but I ain't feeling great about that either.
No, that's a red mage. Ice plus 5 is great, but a red mage swinging it is not going to get through Tia before we just get pushed over by skills and spells.
And I want to say he does have that white shirt. See, I told you he might thank me for that later.
Chat pointing out that we also have a lot of Bane charges as well. Alright, I see it.
I'm not gonna lie, I've relied on Bracken Bane so many times and been let down horribly that if I got nukes, I'm just slinging nukes to whoever falls over. Because at least I know I'm probably gonna get there before dying. Like, it works. It doesn't always work fast, but I know it's gonna work.
So my thing against that for Tia is that with the highest based health of the Fiend ones, that's a lot of potential nukes. And also Tia has 200 MDef. So like our nukes are not going to be the most effective thing they could be most of the time. That's potentially a lot of charges to get there.
Oh no.
Climinteedus. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that's. Alright, so Climinteedus loses the black belt on the maze floor, decides to reset out, gonna redive. We're probably gonna go pick up that TNT, because we know where that is. We're probably gonna go pick up that Bane Sword that chat says was on first floor. I don't think we care about anything else we found.
I think he's just realizing Yeah, he was looking at what he has. Like, and he took fights, so he has those levels that he missed. Like, oh. Okay, chat's got jokes. As per chat's request, if my dog comes back, I'll ask him his opinion on this. So, Clim...
So Clim's abandoning ship. This, the Caribe tile is just too spooky to get through at his level. I think for a tile like that, you kind of just want to go in, like, guns blazing. Just, like, 2 ice 3s and just be done with it.
Yeah. Bright side, he's got the adamant and he's got his TNT because he had turned in the adamant, so, like, we're just, it's a one-stop here for us.
Do we have the TNT? Did we leave? Because that TNT, I believe, was Mirage too.
We're about to... Okay, he did have it. And got the bottle, so now we have one more turn in.
Opening boxes, hoping against hope that there's a ribbon in here.
Yeah, because basically that's really all you... Oh, and there you go.
Alright, problem solved.
Yep. Because, I mean, with this party, that's... If you're opening boxes, that's really the only thing you're looking for unless it's money early, because everything else you want are pro rings and bracelets, and you can buy those.
Meanwhile, GanonsGoneWild, is this a Gurpeed grind? Oh boy.
If that is where we are at in our lives today, I feel a little bad.
I mean, it's... like, it's doing things. Like...
Sure.
Well, he's up to 22 already. So, at 22, we can potentially survive one of the other grinds that we found. Maybe that T-Rex grind is going to be on the table momentarily.
It would make it easier going into it with levels. So bottle turn-in gets
something.
Sure did.
Yeah, we bonk. We got bonk.
Okay. It's like I accidentally called it or something. Sorry, y'all.
Climinteedus in a weird spot looking for a grind.
Okay, so yeah, Ganon, it looked like he was just getting a few... Oh! Okay, well. That didn't last long. Okay, so we're gonna need a bit more saving gear if this is the grind we're taking on here on Ganon.
Yeah.
And Climinteedus doing a similar thing, but with all the tints he could ever want.
Oh, are we gonna 2-round this T-Rex? We're gonna 2-round this T-Rex. Okay, Ganon's grind is now fully operational.
Yeah.
Climinteedus headed back inside Mirage Tower. Oh, second off the power cycle for this T-Rex. This is good.
Yeah, that's much better. And as quickly as he's able to get it down now with the extra levels, like, this is really good for that black belt. Because even with something like Lit 2, like his levels where he's at now, like, that's not scaring you away. Especially considering this really is like the best thing we found this entire game so far.
Yeah.
You run in circles in the desert till you find one doesn't exactly feel great, but...
So, Climinteedus back at the terrible, no good, very bad tile. We've lost the Black Mage, but it seems like we're willing to press on. Alright, we got away from the fight. Two-manning the rest of Sky would be real good for our levels, but again, that's still, like, a Bane Sword is whatever. Gonna have to really hope against hope that RNG is kind to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're just gonna take that one Bane Sword and we're done. That's probably the last box we're gonna open on the second dive.
Yeah. Like, I'm not sure I would have opened Mini after getting, like, the incentive item and that in the first round, but, like, after you wipe, you're definitely not coming back in and opening a bunch of boxes, because, like, anytime you wipe, it doesn't matter where you are, you instantly feel immediately behind.
Mm-hmm. Hey, nachos. Somewhat killable nachos. This is fine. Oh, jiggling armor around because, so, between that gold bracelet and that ribbon +4, we do actually have more absorb than a black belt of this level would have.
Mm-hmm.
So, yay for the rare black belt with armor.
I mean, and it's not like that black mage was using it at the moment.
Yeah.
It's a smart move. Meanwhile, Ganon's just, you know, ridding the desert of its dinosaur problem.
We're just gonna punch everything in this desert.
Mm-hmm.
Question in chat. Is Ganon's winning the grind war? Oh yes, by a lot.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I mean, bright side, if Climinteedus makes it through Sky on this dive, he will have he'll be in a better position to start his grind outside here than he did earlier because he's got better levels now. Right. So he should be able to do the same thing Ganon's doing once he finishes here.
So, Bridge of Destiny time. Everybody get your Bless RNG Zone Chasm Warmech. Although Climinteedus really does not want to see a Warmech. Of all the possible party configurations to find a Warmech, this is not one of the ones you want.
No, definitely not at these levels. Like, if he came in here with, like, Ganon's levels, like, if he did the grind and then came in here, then, yeah, like, you see Warmech, you punch it and it falls over. Right now, if I was Climinteedus and saw a Warmech, I would run. I would do all the running.
And it's Tia time. What are we doing? We are doing Bane Sword, Bane Spell. Bane Sword goes out, ineffective. Bane Spell goes out, ineffective. Ink does ink things. Second round, we're just going to lean on these Banes until we get there. Bane number 3, no. Bane number 4, no. Incoming Dark. Oh, this is the kindest, gentlest Tia I've seen in a while. This is kind of exactly what we wanted. Bane number 5 is a no. Bane number 6 is a no. Melee. The red mage is still there and still at pretty good health. Black belt shrugs off an attack. Bane number 7's a no. Bane number 8 is a no. Yeah, this is looking typical. We're gonna have some more Banes going out. Will Tia still be there on the screen in a few seconds when we get a stream back? Oh. Okay, Tia's still there and we're out of Bane spells. Time for white shirt. No, time for power. So we've decided that Bane is a dumb spell for suckers, and we're just gonna punch this Tia down. We haven't seen anything bad, but also this is taking up a lot of turns and letting us get through enough of this spell list that we might see something spooky. A heal 3 is a nice band-aid. How many more of those we got?
We got 5.
We got like 5 left. Okay. We're gonna keep powering for great justice. And I believe that's our 3rd white shirt cast. It's the 3rd one I've seen on stream. And we're gonna use heal 3 just to make sure that some of our health is topped off. Meanwhile, Ganons, with his freshly, artisanally handcrafted ground black belt, is gonna storm up this tower. Didn't even bother with the effort to unstone that mage.
I mean, really, with that black mage wood, that black belt, there's really nothing in there you fear.
Mm-hmm. So let's try punch. 4 hits for 241. Okay. Ice sword. 1 hit, 1 damage. And I mean, it's a nice +5, but that's kind of be expected on Tia. Fire 2 doing Fire 2 things. Punch for 224. Ice 3. Chip damage for 56. Launch. 2 hits for 195. Down goes Tia 1. Climinteedus through sky. It took a lot more effort than we probably wanted, but we've done the deed.
Yeah, and we got through. We were able to stay this levels, and yeah, he immediately just finds that T-Rex and is probably gonna park here for a little bit while he gets his levels.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's like right on the border.
Yeah, I think he needs to go a little. I think it was left and find it, but yeah, it's
I think it's
there.
roll right. Yeah. Oh no, he's just doing it off the hard power cycle, and it's not off the hard cycle, it's off the 2nd slot.
Yeah.
Hmm. Alright, Ganon is storming up the tower. This is going to be a much different tower climb than I think we saw. And with that health total, I believe that's a 42 black belt. 10 hits, yep, for 42.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the Tyros have Bane too?
Ooh.
That's scurry. It's like it caught all those Banes that Clip was throwing earlier at Tia and is now throwing them back, and I don't like it. Oh, Bane and Toxic. I don't like this. Whew. It feels bad that because he seemed to have settled in on this, so like he hasn't seen whatever, so he's thinking if this is the best grind, he's gonna stay here a little bit. And whoa, that feels bad and kind of risky.
So, the real tragedy of this is that right behind that Tyro Wyvern encounter is that T-Rex encounter that he was looking for.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, for like a hot, just a little bit of a brief time period, there was a T on Ganon screen.
Alright, Ganon is going to be heading out and doing all the fun things. What is... No, Ganon's is in go mode, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Oh no, we're still looking for the loot.
We're still looking for loot. That's what we're missing. Okay.
Yeah. And if I'm correct, even with our turn-ins and everything we've seen and everything's been turned in, it's in C.
Yep. So, yeah, Ganon's going around and doing all these fetches and going anywhere but C would be helpful, but we've pointed our flying hot dog north, and I have a feeling... No, we're headed for bottle turn-in. Okay.
Yeah. And he didn't have slab, so he's doing... Did he?
Does he have slab?
Well, he's going to turn it in, so I'm gonna guess he had it, and just... Yeah. So he's gonna do this, and then probably do... with the bottle turn-in, hoping that one of those is his loop before he knows. Nope, we're gonna go open boxes and see. Okay, maybe he's remembering he did not in fact have it.
Yep. It's fun time Lupa time as we turn around and go, nope, we got a bottle. That's the thing we went to this area for. Alright, come on, Climinteedus, just check the second encounter. Just get curious.
It's right there.
It's right there.
Channel your inner Caleb and don't hard reset.
Alright, so Ganons gets his stat bonk, heads east, heading down, and going for C.
Yeah, and he was already here once and did waterfall and got his oxy up from there, but left without doing C. But at this point does not know, because he knows there's some things to find. He doesn't know that like the crystal slab stuff doesn't turn into loot. That we're just gonna find like loot here, but oh. Okay, so we're skipping boxes on the first floor.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Like, I kind of understand it. The chances are, given how many boxes are in C, that like your item is in one of those. It's probably it's pretty slim. However, that is not a gamble I'm willing to make. It's the first time I do it. That's where my item's going to be, and I'm going to full clear all of C looking for it.
Chat wondering if he thinks he has the loot. No, we're opening boxes here. So this is it's an interesting strategy, because I've seen people say that when you go down Kraken side, you check both boxes on the first floor, even though they're kind of out of the way from each other. This is the inverse of that, where you check no boxes on the first floor with the idea that if we have to go mermaid side, then we'll start opening extra crap.
I can honestly say, first time I've seen somebody not check any of the boxes on the first floor.
I see the logic behind it. I just still prefer, like, if you're going down left side, you check the left box. And then if you need right side, then you check the right box.
That was something, like, for me, that was kind of a similar thought process. Like, just if you're going left side, just do the left. And if you come back through and need to. And then I got the floater in the right box one day when I just happened to check it first before doing left side. And I've almost always checked that right box first now.
Chat pointing out that Climinteedus has abandoned the grind at 32.
Yep.
If I'm Climinteedus, I would make that same decision, because like we didn't do our grind until like the 40-minute mark, and after an entire fiend dungeon that took us forever. We gotta claw time back, but 32 is the minimum if you want a black belt to do black belt things.
And yeah, like I'm like wiping when he did and losing the time he did. Like, I'm not at all surprised that he stopped at 32.
We're gonna knock out some of these easy cheese fiend dungeons first. Looks like we're probably not gonna open any boxes in here. We're just gonna go straight to the bottom, blow up Gary, be on our way. Meanwhile, Ganons is on the Kraken floor, and I did not hear the fancy jingle, which makes me think we did not find a loot.
Nope. The fact that you said that makes me wish that, like, I really hope now he's got, like, the instrumental Sarah flag on and gets the jingle.
Uh-huh.
That would make my day.
Kraken, now you see it. Ooh, 4 hits for 331. Kraken has a lot of dodge and a lot of absorb. Let's try that again. 3 hits for 394. Oh. Oh, okay.
Kraken can take a punch.
One more punch. 4 hits for 336. Down goes Kraken 1. Alright.
Okay, so got in, lit his second orb. Notice that our loot is on the mermaid side somewhere, while Climinteedus goes to light his second orb, taking on Carrie. Okay, there was a Carrie, now there's not. That was fairly quick.
See you later, Kelly 1.
Okay, so nothing in the first floor boxes. Climinteedus doing ice. I'm not entirely sure why, unless he thinks the possibility of the loot is here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we know it's the ship. I think this might be one of those times where a lack of experience is fatal. Because it's one of those things like, due to how this flag set works out, if, sorry, not if, the canal and the boat are always locked to the inner sea. Always. 100% of the time they are in the inner sea. What that means is, if you get an early floater, you have the potential of mathing out that, okay, like, I've done Princess, I've done King, I've done Bicky, I've done Crescent Lake, and some assorted fetch quest turn-ins within there. The only two incentives I have left are Marsh and Ice Cave. And the canal and the boat are unaccounted for, which means they have to be in Marsh and Ice Cave.
Yeah, or something inner sea that leads to it.
Yeah. So in Mermaids, Ganons gets his loot, warps immediately out, and is storming away.
Climinteedus finding his ship, which probably feels a little bad.
Yeah, but the good news is we found it early in the first 3 boxes, so...
And he now knows, like, where he has to go to finish this out. He needs to go to Waterfall, get his Oxyel, and then do C.
Yep. We're just going to storm through Earth real quick, because it's here. We're going to have side-by-side Earth dives, with both runners only needing one other orb. The problem is that Climinteedus needs a Waterfall dive to get the Oxyel, and then needs to dig around in C to find that loot. So, this is Ganon's seed at this point. But as always, Topher is the great equalizer.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where I'm going in to see, I'm always the person who mutes because her dog is rude. But the person see, there you go, Chad. You wanted an opinion. Now he's telling you how he'd play. But no, I'm the person who always does left side first too. It does Kraken. So kind of like hoping Climinteedus is one of those people who now that does mermaid side first. Because that will help him like pick up a little bit of time where Ganons did left side first. Note to self, don't do comms anymore unless it's the middle of the night when the neighbors don't have their four-wheeler out, which upsets my dog.
Oh, four-wheeler comms when. So Climinteedus is now on Speed Bump Mark 1's floor. Ganon's just past the vampire room. So Climinteedus, I feel like, is going through here at maybe a slightly faster pace. Here comes Speed Bump Mark 1. We're gonna do Fire 3 because we don't care. Punch! 8 hits for 554. Boy, that was technically a boss fight.
I mean, there was one there, so I think it counts.
Ganon's already on the Lich floor. This is gonna be a joke.
Yeah.
Punch! 10 hits for 1259. If you wanted like a side-by-side comparison of what the difference is between a 32 black belt and a 42 black belt, I can't think of anything better than that. Our 32 black belt mustered around 600 damage, our 42 mustered closing in on 1300 damage.
I thought a similar thing, like with their Tia 2s, or not Tia 2s, with their Tias. Like, if you ever wanted to, like, a comparison of, like, why people grind their black belts to the levels they do, like, go back and look at those two fights, the differences, because that is all the answer you will ever need.
Alright, Climinteedus making his way through the waterfall. Ganon's not even opening any of the greed boxes anymore. Gonna give Kelly one the worst wake-up call. Ready, oh, fire 2 first. Ready, steady, punch! 10 hits for 989. There goes that boss. Climinteedus opening boxes in Waterfall. We've got... So, Mazza is not technically a functional weapon for us at this point. Yes, we could add it to the Red Mage or the Black Mage. Yes, they could do some number of melee damage, however, in comparison to our main Black Belt's melee damage, it's basically chip damage.
Yeah.
Ganon's first in Topher at 1 hour, call it 20 seconds. Getting a not bad hero run out of the start. If Climinteedus wants to make up some time here, we gotta throw caution to the wind and go to the right first.
Yep.
Going left. Left makes sense. Right is where you go when you feel like you're behind and you need to make crazy decisions to catch up.
And we're taking fights on the way, so clearly he's looking for maybe just a few extra levels to...
I don't mind the idea of taking extra levels to try and give the mages more survivability against Nuke.
Yeah, because they're still pretty... Well, that Black Mage that Red Mage is pretty okay. I want to say it was around 22, something like 2240 or 2224, something like that when it died pre-grind. So
yeah,
but I think that Black Mage just hit 20.
Yeah, the Black Mage is in a rough spot, and these extra levels are probably to give it just a little bit more padding. That is the fatal flaw of the Black Mage, is that it has the lowest health scaling of any of the classes. So if they even hear a nuke happen anywhere in Topher, they just fall over.
Yeah. Ganon's, after getting out of that fight, goes and checks his equipment. Remembers, hey, I need to put something back on this Red Mage. And slaps a bracelet on it. Smart thinking.
Alright, Ganon's rounding the corner, approaching Speed Bump Mark II. Showing some respect. You hate to see it. Incoming Lightning 3 does a lot to that red mage. What a punch. 10 hits, 11, 16. Get out of here.
Yeah, that Lightning 3 about took out that red mage.
Mm-hmm.
Ganon's getting a lot of encounters showing in that black belt proving he can not only give a punch but take a punch.
Alright, time for Kelly 2. Let's go. We're gonna fight. We're gonna nuke. Incoming punch for 494. Outgoing damage, 9 hits for 1220. That's why I say to respect Carry 2. Carry 2 has a sizable amount of melee, and if that rolls up, you can be in deep trouble real quick. That's a 42 black belt, so we're talking 42 absorb. That's like knight territory or like maximum geared ninja territory, and that was well over half its health gone in just a single smash. Like,
yeah, and I typically find with Kelly too that there's no in between. It's either you're not gonna have many problems or you're gonna have a lot of problems.
yeah. Alright, here we go. Kraken 2. We're going punch and nuke. Nuke goes out first. For 169, not what it could have been. Punch! 10 hits for 781. Kraken 2 still there. Opens with Quad X. That's basically a free round for this party. We're gonna Quad X ourselves. Bullseye. Terminated.
On the opposite screen, we have Kraken 1.
We're doing white shirt strats. We're doing nuke strats. Did we fast? I missed if we did the fast.
I'm not sure if we fasted, but we did bonk. I think we may have the first round.
Lock 2 tells us that we know about the evasion here. So heal 3 is going off. Incoming punch, 5 hits for 255. Lock 2 goes off next round. Time for punch, time for nuke, time for nuke. Nuke goes out. For 360, nuke goes out. For 153, down goes Kraken 1, and at the same time, a super punch out of Ganon's, down goes Tia 2. Ganon's is on to Chaos.
Nuke and punches on both screens. Speed and power. Get it done, gotta go.
Yep. I got stuff to do, we on the clock.
Mm-hmm. Well, Climinteedus back in C. Still hasn't found his loot. Knows it here, just doesn't know what box it's in.
Final healing done. It's a time for a Chaos. We open with Bonk and Lock. We're going to make sure that when we take our shot, we do not miss. Lock goes off, Bonk goes off. Punch for 273. Well, we're done with buffs. It's time to punch ourselves. 9 hits for 480. Uh-oh. Tier 3 goes off. Incoming punch only does like less than 100 damage. Lightning 2 does Lightning 2 things. We're going to keep spamming Cure 3, and in the meantime, punch. 9 hits for 546. Only punches. No looking back. Heal 3 goes off. Nice to top off that health. Incoming punch for 227. 8 hits for 199. That's not what we want. We've got healing to sustain, but not for very long. Outgoing damage. 9 hits for 546. Incoming damage. 1 hit for 126. Can we go the distance? Incoming punch for 62. Outgoing for 217. Chaos is probably at half health, but so are we. Our last heal 3 is on deck. 8 hits for 493. Chaos is still there. Time for our last bit of healing. Incoming punch. 2 hits for 174. Time to switch to offensive strats. Out goes a nuke for 161. Chaos still there. Fast. That's actually kind of a very scary spell right now, but 9 hits for 534. Down goes Chaos. Ganon's Gone Wild finishing with official race time GG time of 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 35 seconds. GG.
Yeah, GG. And right before he takes off Chaos, Climinteedus gets his oboe because he plays with the fun flag, and he hits go mode and looks to be on his way to Temple of Fiends Revisited.
All in all,
maybe making a stop or two.
Yep. I think that Skydive probably ended up doing more damage than we could really appreciate. But all in all, this is a really good time for someone new to the community, and it sounds like we are joined in the booth by GanonsGoneWild. GG, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
GG,
GG.
thanks. Yeah, that was a little bit Monka-esque at the end there with Chaos.
Yeah, I saw the bunk and I saw the lock, and it was just like, oh, okay, this is just to make sure that like all our damage connects, and then you punch for like 200, and it's just like, oh no.
Yeah, I probably should have done 2 bonks, but I don't know. Like, I got like 500-ish damage the first punch, so I'm like, it's all right. But then, yeah, it didn't get much better than that.
Yeah,
it feels bad anytime you have a black belt that level and they punch for anything that's that low, and you're just like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to work a little harder, buddy. Please and thank you.
Yeah, pretty much. I was pretty nervous there because I should have bought soft potions because the vampires, I think they had like stone poison or something like that.
yeah, Whizvamps did, yeah.
Yeah, the Whizvamps, and so I knew that the last floor before Chaos I might see them, and I actually really needed the red mage in the end. Otherwise I would have died, so that was maybe got a little lucky there.
So, free floater, turbojet seat. How do you feel about those?
When I saw that, I was kind of like, I'm not sure how to feel, because I feel like it's just like chaos and madness, like to who basically, especially a black belt party, you're just like trying to find a grind as fast as possible. And so I don't know. It is nice to get the floater like earlier than later though, so I guess it's not terrible. But yeah, I mean, I guess my time's okay for a like insta floater seed, but I don't know. I couldn't find a grind, man. Like it was just rough out there in this one.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the biggest issues, and why that this may have been a little longer just for an insta floater seed, was just neither one of you found like a good grind anywhere except for that right there in the desert, which it takes a little longer because you have to find where it is in the encounter table. So it made the grind longer than it may have been if you had found it on a tile. Because y'all checked everywhere.
Well, I saw the dudes in Earth 1 that like had stone, or they had stun touch.
The chimeras.
Yeah, the chimeras. Yeah, I'm like, oh, they're going down to like an ice 3. This is great. And then stun touch. I'm like, are you kidding me, man?
Yeah. Like it seemed alright because Climinteedus saw them too really early, and I was like, oh, those are going over to like an ice 3. Like that's not bad. And then all of a sudden, like stun touch, I was like, oh, okay, well, never mind.
Yeah,
that's not gonna work.
Yeah, thankfully I remembered about the T-Rexes, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna try to get to the point where I have 6 hits, and then just go back over there and see if I can make it work.
Your opponent was trying to find the T-Rexes, ended up doing Sky before their grind, but he came out and then saw T-Rex and was just like, oh, we're going to do some power cycle stuff, we're going to look for a grind. He never saw the T-Rexes, he ended up doing his grind on Tyros.
Yeah, the Tyros had Bane too. That was...
Oh, yeah, they had Toxic and Bane.
Yeah.
Had a ribbon. So, a little... It wasn't as scary as it would have been otherwise, because otherwise that would have been a little risky. Because it's them down before they get you down. But yeah, they had Bane and Toxic.
Where was this ribbon?
Dwarf Loft.
Dwarf Loft.
Yeah. I was like, screw that. I'm not spending 20 seconds of my time to check that.
That's usually how it works. The one place you're like, no, I'm not spending the time to check her. It's like something you wanted or needed.
Yeah, that would have been actually super nice, but oh well. I gotta say, the red mage is pretty bad at running. And Topher, that was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red Mage has, I think, one of the lower luck stats, which is hilarious because I feel like in my party, they're always the one that ends up running.
Now, unless we missed it on Ganon's run, Tia had Cure 4.
First spell, Cure 4,
Tia,
yep.
was it? Okay. Okay, then I clearly missed it.
Well, I don't think I saw it on Ganon's the first time.
Okay.
I didn't see much on Ganon's screen the first time because it was just like a punch and then just like an evaporated cloud of Tia 2.
Yeah, Tia went down fairly quickly. I don't know what. Oh, looks like Climinteedus is not quite the same levels as me.
Yeah, he stopped at 32. He did. He went into Sky first and got his TNT, and then went to just finish it out in white.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So and then went back in there, and then his second time through got through Tia 1. Took a little while to get through because he found a Bane sword in there, and it was Bane sword and Bane on that red mage, which when that didn't work, it was white shirt and power bunk. So the fight took a little bit, but he got through it, and then afterwards he did his grind outside of Mirage.
I see.
Alright, time for Climinteedus versus Chaos. Here we go. We're going to open with some bonk strats and some white shirt strats. Given how punchy Chaos was, white shirt's probably not the worst idea here. Incoming punch, misses. Round 2, bonk, white shirt. White shirt. And lightning 2. Does a lot of damage to that red mage. Bonk, goes off. We're going to try some more bonk, some more white shirt. White shirt goes off, party is at 3 stacks of 6. There's the fast we were concerned about. Bonk goes off. White shirt number 4 goes off. That's really going to cut the power on that fast if you get another punch. There it is. All punches miss. White shirt number 5 goes off. Punch. 6 hits for 647. Seems alright. Fire 3 doesn't do much to counterattack. Ice 2. Not a whole lot of dangerous spells out of this Chaos. 5 hits for 824. Chaos still there. White shirt. Party is now evade capped. Heal 3, time to top off some of our health. And Punch? 6 hits for 629, Chaos still there. We're going to do some nuke just to push ourselves across the finish line. Punch, 7 hits for 972. Chaos goes down. Climinteedus finishes in second place with an official GG race time of 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 45 seconds.
GG to Clem. Should see if we can get him in here and to chat with us.
Yeah, he's a really solid player, by the way. He almost beat Zenobian this morning, like lost by like 15 seconds or something. And
I was looking. I missed that race. I wasn't home, and I knew coming in to commentate this one. I went to see what it was, and I think it was. I think it was one more. I think it was around 25 seconds or whatever it was, and I was just like, "Oh boy!"
Mm-hmm. I'm
telling you, some of these new people are scary. They're scary good.
Uh-huh.
Just start instead of just calling them ducks, we're just going to call them the Mighty Ducks.
Yep.
Be done with it. Because they're all real good.
I was a little surprised he drafted a black belt because I thought I saw him mostly play fighters, and then the fighter rolled a katana like blessing, which is like pretty dang good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the fighter seed to end all fighter seeds, I think.
Yeah.
Like everything that you could want it, and I swear it happens with these seeds. Like you bring a black belt and then you find all the things you could have ever wanted for your fighter. There was dragon armor plus something, an Aegis shield plus I think 2. There was 2 katanas plus 5. There was just like, seed, please.
Yeah, and it was like all in greater than less than rune. That was like ridiculously stacked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you found dragon plus 1 armor. I think Climinteedus found Aegis plus 2. Like, It's nuts. All right, while we're waiting, let's talk draft. As I recall, you opened with Red Mage, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead.
I was just What went into picking Red Mage's first pick?
It's kind of just like I'm never unhappy to have a red mage in my party, and then I want to see what he does.
Mhm.
So I'm just kind of like, I'll always take a red mage, and then depending on what he does, I'll draft last. Because I think if you pick a melee, then people can do like weird stuff, like draft like 2 more of those melees, and then suddenly you have this really weird party that you don't really want to play anymore. So yeah, I just was like, okay, like I'll just pick a red mage. It's a pretty safe first pick.
It sounds like someone's preparing in case to get Caleb in brackets.
Yeah, but yeah, I in general for the draft, I'm prepared to just do a 2-man with a black belt pretty much every time anyway. So I'm just gonna pick a red mage and then a black belt in the last pick, depending on what you picked.
So after the Red Mage, Climinteedus comes back with Black Belt, Black Mage. So we're staring at Black Belt, Red, Black. Why take a White Mage last?
Well, it was between that and a Thief. The Thief I might actually have used a little bit, especially with how bad the encounter table was. But I was hoping that Climinteedus would keep the White Mage alive and just kind of like soak up experience and then just kind of like end up slowing him down. So it was not a character that I had any intention of using. I was just hoping that it would basically slow him down because I didn't think there was really almost ever a good reason to keep a White Mage around in the Black Belt party.
And we're joined in the booth by our second place finisher, Climinteedus. GG, man.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah, GG's, man.
Thank you very much. That was a fun game.
So, Turbo Floater Jet Seed. How do you feel about those?
I don't like them at all. I really just like having everything just easily accessible because I kind of want some direction as to where I want to go, and just kind of threw me off a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I'm starting to think, like, the more I hear people talk about those, and I'm one of the rare few who sees Floater early and gets real giddy. But that also might be because I tend to be slightly directional challenged on a boat.
So let's rewind actually to the very, very start of the match. Let's talk draft. So Ganon opens with a Red Mage, and then you fire back with Black Belt, Black Mage. What went into that decision?
I'm really fond of the 3-party comp with a red, black belt, and black mage. I just like having the firepower and the versatility of the red mage, and then I like the guarantee fast with the black mage, the black belt. Well, I was just kind of hoping to get like an early grind, but that just didn't really happen.
Yeah, you both had trouble. You covered pretty much everywhere in the game looking for grind tiles, and then you both ended up kind of settling in the same place. The thing about where you were in the desert is that, yeah, that first fight was the Tyro Wyvern, but then the next fight after that was the T-Rex.
Yeah, I still need to study the encounter tables a bit more, and I think I just wasted too much time trying to find the Tyro.
Worth noting that the White Mage in both of your parties did not stick around for very long. I guess, Ganon, I'll point this to you first. How long do you want to keep that White Mage until you decide that you just don't want it anymore?
Ideally dies to Garland, but I think I killed him off on the pirates. I just waited one round, and they were nice enough to kill both my Black Mage and my White Mage.
Same question to Climinteedus. Saw that you did without the White Mage pretty much up until Topher. What was the thought process on that?
I like the White Mage I was planning on keeping around if there were some decent level 1 or 2 spells. Like if I see like Fade and Exit early on, like in my earlier race, I'll keep them around. But since I didn't see them, I didn't mind that they died sooner than later. And then when I saw that they had no level 3 or 4 spells really worth investing in, I just kind of kept them dead. And then at the very end, I just kind of used the White Mage as a quick healing battery through Topher.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ganon, you are moving on to 2-1. You're going straight on to brackets. How you feeling? What's your ideal bracket scenario? I think. Who do you want to get paired up against?
Ideally somebody that's like just been playing the game for like a few days, but you know, in lieu of that, I guess I don't know. I don't really just none of the like people that probably like low rolled and maybe had some bad luck and actually are like top tier players. So I don't know. I'll take anybody else, but I think I'm just happy to make brackets at all in this group because I think this group was especially difficult. And you know, so props to everyone in this group for actually at least making the play-in race. And I think everybody in this group is going to make brackets. So
Climinteedus, unfortunately, you made it to 1 and 2, which means you get to suffer in the traditional play-in race. At least we're still doing pods flags. So, is there any way you're going to adapt from the pods experience to the play-in race experience? Is there anything you're going to carry over to that?
I just would really like to get more practice in before then. I have no set plan currently, but all of this week I just haven't had time to practice, and I think I could probably have used some.
All right, Danny, any questions?
No, I think you covered all. Basically anything I could have thought to ask, you asked. You did good.
All right, then I guess we're going to round this out by moving on to final thoughts. Ganon, final thoughts.
Yeah, just GG's to Climinteedus. Thanks for you and Danny doing comms, and thanks for tracking, and yeah, good luck in your future races, Clem. I honestly, you're a really solid player, and maybe we'll see you in brackets.
Well, here's hoping. Congratulations, Ganon. You've earned it.
Thanks.
Climinteedus, final thoughts.
Well, this is my first tournament aside from the Duckling Derby, and this is my first tournament where I feel just a little bit more confident in my abilities, and I'm just glad I was able to demonstrate a little bit. I had a lot of fun, and I hope to race against you all more in the future. Thank you.
My partner in crime, my co-coms, Danny, final thoughts.
Just GG to both runners. That was really well done by both of you. Both done really well so far in pods. I would be terrified to have to race either of you. So good luck going forward to Ganons in brackets. Climinteedus, I have no doubt you'll make it through pods and be in brackets with him. A shout out to Shadowed, who was our tracker today, who is incredibly well at it. Really good with notes and clicking all the buttons. Big shout and thank you to him. Fizzle, the best co-comms a girl could ask for. Thank you for doing comms with me today. And just a quick note, I'm going to say we have 3 more races on the schedule tonight. We have 2 at 9 p.m. Phoenix 29 versus Demon Frog on SG2. Rock Solid versus Puffy on RM2, on Randomania 2, both at 9. And then at 10 o'clock, 2 of the folks from my pod that kicked my butt last week are going at it at 10. Arson Horse and Asher at 10 o'clock on SG1. Lots of FFR still this week. And then about a handful of races sprinkled out the rest of the week to finish pods, playing races next weekend. And then we start brackets. So lots more spring tournament fun times to coming our way.
All right, if you like what you see, go ahead and give our runners a follow. Go ahead and join us on the Discord. We'll help get you up to speed. We'll help teach you the ropes. We'll help you beat us in tournaments. For everyone at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, for everyone here in the booth, my name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and we will see you all next time. Have a good day, everyone.